Hi, I'm Rae.
And I'm Veronica.
And welcome to the Chicklet Book Club podcast,
where we read a romance novel and then we talk about it. Today we're talking about If the Boot Fits by Rebekah Weatherspoon.
Hello, hello, hello.
Prior, you usually do the countdown as like the count is how I think about it.
Yeah. Fred Armisen from as Lawrence Welk. But right. today
it was
something special.
It was a Brit. It was a Brit.
I did a little Alfie Pennyworth for you. Yeah.
I liked it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. I'm going to apologize to our English listeners right now.
We're sorry to Emma Jackson, basically.
Yeah, especially because
especially to Emma Jackson.
Yep.
We adore you.
Yep. Also, if you haven't watched Pennyworth, it's fucking amazing. Anywho, my girl, how have you been?
Oh, you know, just living the dream. Living the dream. Just fucking chugging along. Yeah. Shall we maybe discuss some bright spots?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Shall we?
I mean, I also have to get some. I also forgot one other thing that we have to get out. I had to get something out. That's what she said.
The waterlogged cards,
which are super waterlogged. Yep. They did dry out.
Well,
but they're.
Do you want me to go first with my bright spot then?
Sure.
Well, I got to see my in-laws today, which is really nice. I have married into a really great family. They're good people. I enjoy being around them. It is quite literally like a breath of fresh air when I get to hang out with them. So, we got to hang out. Not all of them, but a good number of them. So that was really nice. I enjoyed that. That was our portion of our afternoon.
How long has it been since you guys have been able to get together as a group?
We actually, we saw one of my sisters-in-law last week and one of her friends because they came over here because her friend is an electrician, and so he came over and did some work in the basement for us. But beside that, when did we get to hang out with a bunch of them last time? Halloween.
Yeah, so you had the vid for Christmas.
Because I had the vid for Christmas, and so did my brother-in-law. So, and then actually my mother-in-law had the vid. So it was just one after the other, and none of us we didn't see each other. None of us had spread it to each other. We all got it separately. But so everyone's it was really nice to right. I'm waiting for the lull, and then you and I are going to go get tattoos.
We are.
Yeah, we are. Mm-hmm. Very excited. Very excited.
Onward,
forward. Yes. Yeah. Rae, darling.
Yes.
Tell me something good.
I have two things.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, it's very quickly. My first thing is, I mentioned it 2 seconds ago. I've been working a lot. And so when I'm not on the clock working, I mean, I'm always on the fucking clock, but I've got something going and I put on television. So I caught up with Peacemaker.
Nice. Okay.
With John Cena and Pennyworth, which is the DC's Alfred Pennyworth, Alfred from Batman.
Yes.
So I think they're both fan-fucking-tastic. Peacemaker is hysterical. And so was Pennyworth. There's a couple of times where I laughed out loud. But what they did, which I think is fucking ingenious, is I think that the guy who's playing, his name is Jack Bannon, who's playing Alfred, has taken on, what is his name? Batman with Christian Bale, Batman, who played Alfred. What's his name?
The amazing dude.
Yes.
And, hang on.
Cider House Rules. What the fuck is his name?
Yeah, I know. Batman Begins. We'll look at Batman Begins because that'll be. What is his name? Michael Caine.
He took on Michael Caine's accent. He takes on that accent. It sounds like you, and he kind of looks like him a little bit. You can see him aging into Michael Caine.
Love it.
And so, 100%. It's on. Both are on HBO Max. And because the Eternals was so fucking bad,
I've heard not a single good thing about the Eternals.
The Eternals was I was out 5 minutes in. I was I literally, because my dad and I watched all the Marvel movies together, and we watched it together before they went south, and I go, 5 minutes in, I said, I fucking don't know what's happening. I said, I'm the one who reads these goddamn things, and I have no idea what's happening. Oh. And it just got worse from there. It's bad. It's like, and the CGI's bad. The acting's bad. But Shang-Chi is good. I like that. And Hawkeye's not bad. But, like, I have to say, DC is kicking it right now. DC is, and I'm a Marvel girl, and I'll tell you, DC is fucking kicking it. So that's one of my bright spots. My other bright spot.
Oh, my God. She's reaching for something. Also, she has an amazing wig on right now. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also, can I just tell you?
Does it make
fucking
noise?
Lights up.
Oh, my God. Yes. I
finally got my limited edition Ghostbusters Ecto 1. It is after Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's supposed to be. I actually already broke the stairs off the side, which I will glue back together. But it's supposed to open, and I can't figure it out, and I'm not going to try to force it because I'll fuck it up. But it's supposed to hold popcorn. Oh, there we go. Oh. Yeah, so it holds popcorn. Look at that. Isn't that fucking amazing?
So hang on. Is it like beaten up and everything?
Yes, it looks like
amazing.
It looks like
it
Ecto
looks like
1.
It does, like at the end. Like, yeah.
Yes, so
beautiful.
If you've not seen Afterlife, please see it. I like it a lot. I hope I want to, any other Ghostbusters freaks like it too. But yes, so when they find Ecto 1 in Spengler's garage, it looks like this. It looks like a mess.
Yeah,
so I'm very excited. They ran out. AMC theaters were selling them. You could you could get your popcorn in it, but they it. Because honestly, guys, this is like Afterlife it might be the biggest ticket movie of the year, I think.
I think you also need to discuss the type of box that came in.
It looks like a trap. It looks like a ghost trap. Mm-hmm.
We'll include it in photos in our Insta from this episode.
Yes, I will definitely do that. I was very excited, and for one thing that my dog actually is Bucky S. Barnes has actually left alone, but it does. It looks like a trap.
You need to keep that away from Bucky S. Barnes.
Oh, 100%. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited about it. And then I found out that it does have real lights that you can turn on, and there's a button that turns the lights on for Ecto 1. So I'm very excited.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's my bright spot.
I love it.
Do you want to read a card? My dear?
I would love to. I cannot wait.
All right.
I also cannot wait for Bridgerton.
Oh, we should probably talk about that. Like, there's some pictures that came out today, or this week. The trailer came? No, trailer.
I don't think I've seen a trailer. Like, they've had some photos come out and some publicity is starting.
Did a spread. Yeah. And I see Einstein. Was it Einstein? No. Who the hell? No, it's not Einstein. What the hell's the dog's name? Einstein is the corgi from. Sorry, Einstein is the.
I was like, the physicist.
There's a different corgi from a different show. Sorry.
Got it. Yes, there is a corgi in the show.
Yeah, yes. And there's pictures of him, and he looks adorable.
He is really cute. So Bridgerton season 2, for the people not up on it, is book 2 of the Bridgerton series from Julia Quinn. Now, book 1, you can hear us blather on about that in episode 3, The Duke and I. And the second book is called The Viscount Who Loved Me, and that is season 2 of Bridgerton. It comes out on March 29th, I believe is the date. Or, I'm sorry, no, it releases the 25th. Haha. So we will do a page to screen probably the 29th. Ours will come out. And I'm a teenage boy. So we'll have to just binge that in a weekend, which is fine. Totally fine.
Yep. It's possible.
It is. And
it's possible. Yeah.
It is. And so we will read the week before that, March 22nd, we'll do The Viscount Who Loved Me, the book.
I
Why
can't
are you
wait
rolling
to
your eyes?
reread it.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. I'm sighing because I can't wait to reread it.
I am very excited.
love it.
I bought it like
love it.
forever ago when Harlequin was having a sale. So
Yeah.
like I've had it and just haven't read it because I want it to be fresh in my mind. I'm very excited.
That fucking set that Julia Quinn like posted on her Instagram.
The thing is, like,
I'm assuming that's a gift from Netflix, so fucking whatever. But that's fucking gorgeous.
You know how I feel about like the reformed rake, like trope. I am obsessed with it. I love it so much. Just like I'm into it. Was that in this? We'll talk about it in a minute. Okay.
It is. Yeah, it's a reform rake. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about it.
All right. So
shall we pull a card?
I will. Here we go. I'm pulling it. That's what she said. Oh, well, for fuck's sake. Okay.
Is it a boring one?
Wow! This one's just wild. There's no heat index on this one. Here, look at this.
What? Oh, it's like a wild card?
I guess.
I don't know what that means. Okay.
It's called Twist and Tumble. All right,
Alrighty.
hold on. Interlock your legs, intertwine your bodies, penetrate, gyrate, and then tumble your bodies together in the same direction. Continue tumbling until the two of you either reach the end of your bed or the nearest wall. Then reverse directions if you wish.
Okay.
So you're just kind of rolling
You're just
around.
rolling together.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So, I mean, literally every sex scene in a book, because at some point they roll together.
I guess. I mean, but like none of them are just rolling aimlessly back and forth. It's usually like fighting for power.
Penetrate, gyrate, and then tumble.
The weirdest.
Yeah, so bad news bears on that one. I didn't like that one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one.
Not a fan,
That's all right.
but it's okay. But
okay.
I would say that we probably all have read a book with that in. I mean, like literally, at some point, someone's like, "Turn over, I want to be on top." Guess what? You've tumbled.
You've tumbled. You've twisted and tumbled.
You have. Poor sad box. That's what she said.
Oh man. Dark.
It's
Oh
sad.
yeah. It is sad. It
It's
suffered
sad.
at the hands of water. The shape of water, perhaps.
Cloaca. So I definitely made a joke, I believe on B3 about like somebody having a penis. It was basket case of a cloaca penis or like a shape of water penis. Because on Shape of Water, that's how they fuck, is because his it's like the joke is I think Octavia Spencer says something like, or she's like, "How are you fucking a fish man?" And Sally Hawkins is like, and I'm like, he's got a cloaca and his penis comes out. I don't understand. It was not a good movie, guys. It was not
God.
best movie of the year. It was not best movie of the year. I don't know. No. Our friend and I, Lee and I, were like, we saw it together. And we were both like,
You guys saw it in the
morning.
morning, and then I joined you for the afternoon movie. And you guys were like,
what the fuck did we just see? There was not enough alcohol in the world for this bullshit.
Yeah. You guys each had a drink during that movie. Easily.
Not as much as I had during 1917 where I fell asleep. But yes.
What movie did we see that year? Was that Little Women year, or was that...
Wait. Fall asleep year or the year with the fish penis?
Were those different years? I forget.
Yes.
I don't know. It all blends together to me.
Yeah, fish penis and 1917 were different years. Fish penis, I think... Did you see Green Book with us?
I was trying to remember what other one, because that, like, Little Women was the most recent one that we all saw together in the theaters.
Yeah.
Amazing.
No,
but I
cried.
can't remember what we saw the year before that.
We saw he and I saw Hidden Figures. You didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
No, because I think he and I saw Green Book, Hidden Figures, and Shape of... They're all blending together.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Green
And
Book
then we got
made
to
me
watch
angry.
3 together in 2021 because of COVID. We just watched them online together,
We
which
did,
I love.
we did.
I would
Which
totally
we
do that
probably
again
will
with
end
you
up
guys.
doing this year. Yeah,
I hope so.
Yes, I'm sure they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to do something because no one's gonna go to the movie theater right now.
I'm not.
No, he and I saw 3 Billboards. That's the other one we saw. That I
Oh,
really
right.
liked.
Yeah.
Okay, cool,
All right.
guys. Cool.
Shall we take a brief respite and come back and talk about this amazing book?
We should.
We should.
Yay.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
And we're back.
Hi, guys. So we're going to talk about this wonderful book.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I mean, we should
Yeah, we are.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm really excited.
You are. That was definitive.
Yeah.
So why did we pick this book?
Okay, so our first year, we didn't think too much. We didn't really plan that much. We just really wanted to start a podcast. And then we just, spun a wheel about,
We did spin a wheel. Mm-hmm.
We spun a wheel about which books we would choose. That's how we chose what books we were going to be doing for the next episode or whatever. So this year, we wanted to be a little more intentional. Looking up the description, we wanted to be more intentional in the books that we were choosing based on on our programming. So this year we are going to specifically choose Black authors in February. It's not exactly difficult to choose female authors for romance novels in March for Women's History Month. June, we're going to do LGBTQ authors for Pride Month. We're hoping Lee will be able to come back.
And I'm thinking we're going to probably go towards female since we have not had one of those recently at all. So
yeah, because Casey McQueeston is non-binary. Is that
no? I meant the makeup of the story. Have a female because we have not had a female.
There is a test one that I think I got, so I'll
okay,
yes,
but that's what we're gonna we're gonna be more targeted. So
exactly, we're just trying to be more intentional with our programming this year. So that's what's going on. We did toward the end of the year, we did 2 books for Hispanic Heritage Month. So we'll probably do that again as well. So this week we're doing If the Boot Fits by Rebekah Weatherspoon. And then next week we're doing Take a Hint, Dani Brown from, is it Talia Hibbard?
I believe it's Talia. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's what we'll do. And we're super excited about them.
I mean, this book was great. I'm I have heard really great things about Take a Hint, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, same. We can get more into... We will get more into the book, but I have the description up if you want me to.
Go for it, girl. Okay.
So, all right. So this came out in 2020, October 27th. 2020 is when it was published. It's almost 300 pages. All right. From award-winning author Rebekah Weatherspoon comes a thoroughly modern take on the timeless tale of a struggling Cinderella who finds her Prince Charming at the 11th hour and the adventure that ensues the morning after. Working as the personal assistant to one of Hollywood's cruelest divas has left Amanda McQueen, it's wrong in the Amazon description, more determined than ever to sell her screenplay and gain her independence. In the meantime, she'll settle for a temporary escape. When her employer is felled by the flu on Hollywood's biggest night of the year, Amanda gets her glam on, struts out the door, and parties with the glitterati. But she never expects to come face to face, and closer than close, with one of the hottest stars in the game. Following up his first Oscar win with a steamy after-hours romp with an enigmatic woman seems like the perfect way for actor Sam Pleasant to celebrate, until she suddenly disappears. Worse, she's vanished with the wrong swag bag, the one containing his Oscar statue, leaving Sam even more intrigued about the beauty's identity and wondering if a repeat performance of their amazing night is in the stars. And when a second chance encounter happens, only a trip to Sam's family ranch and revealing the whole, not always glamorous truth about themselves will give them a chance to turn one magical night into forever.
God, I love this book. I love this book.
I love it so much.
So, I don't know if we mentioned this, but this has been on our list. This was on our list.
Yeah, literally one of the first ones that we put on our list.
Take a Hint is also on our list, too. So it was like Kismet that we had it on there, and it was like, oh, this works perfectly.
In fact, this was this was super high on the list.
Yeah.
Because you and I, like, we move them in our spreadsheet as we do them, but like this is literally at the top of the list right now.
And
so
honestly, I don't know if you or I put it on there. I honestly don't even remember at this point.
You did it.
I might have done it.
You did it. Yeah.
But I mean, it was so good. It was so good. Like, and it was because you imagine it almost looked like the front cover and everything almost looks like a Harlequin. So like
it does, yeah,
it does. So it was like, oh, is this gonna be like, because Harlequins, they can be good, they can be bad. Like they're like hit or miss,
like anything else.
Exactly. But this was fucking great. This was great. My darling.
Yep. Yes.
Would you like to tell me about one of your buns, your top bun, possibly? If you guys don't know us by now, if you don't know me by now, we do a compliment sandwich. Just a sandwich.
We had corned beef sandwiches tonight. So
did you have sandwiches or did you have sandwiches?
Sandwiches.
Like I just said, sandwiches.
Sandwiches. And yes, we did get them from Slimon's. On our way home.
Nice.
Yes.
So if you don't know us, we do a compliment sandwich where we have a top bun, which is our first compliment of the book. Our meat, which is usually our con, something we maybe not have liked as much. And then the bottom bun is our last compliment of the book. So hit me with your top bun.
Best shot.
Hit me with your... Oh my God, I'm so singing. Oh my gosh.
She's really singing tonight. Okay. I was while you were explaining the compliment sandwich, I was trying to find some like quote examples because I wrote down some for your top bun because I know what it is. So mine will like feed into yours basically.
Gotcha.
I loved the banter in this book, and not just between the two of them,
everybody,
but between everybody, between Sam and his assistant, between Sam and his brothers, between I almost just called her Rebecca, between Amanda and
Evie,
fucking everyone, everyone other than her shithead boss,
everybody,
Leona,
Drew,
oh my God,
even like, Drew,
oh, fucking Drew is such a dick, but like just the dialogue between them is so good,
it's so realistic.
It is really realistic, and it's realistic. And the thing about Amanda is that, like, she specifically as a person, because she's an assistant to, like, a Hollywood, like, her, even, so the person that she is an assistant to is Drew Anastasia. But even Drew's mom is, like, Hollywood royalty.
Yeah.
So she's, like, second gen, and so she's very entrenched in... Yeah, and so is Sam. But, like, Drew is very entrenched in Hollywood lifestyle. And Drew has not taken it with an ounce of humility in the way that Sam has.
No.
Because Sam is, like, a really lovely person.
He is.
And Drew is a dick.
Yeah. And,
so, like...
And part of me feels so bad for Amanda because she's like, no one can deal with Drew like I can deal with Drew.
Right, because she's very good at that. But how she has learned to manage that is by literally shrinking into the shadows.
Letting her step over her herself.
Yeah. Is letting her just run all over her. And it took me a bit to realize why she was doing that. Because I know, obviously, like, she even talks about how she is specifically trying to hide in the shadows. But it didn't really click with me until, I don't know, maybe like halfway through the book that she was... I think, at least, I don't know if this was explicitly stated in the book, but one of the reasons that I think she does that is because Drew is so nuts. Like, she cannot handle sharing the spotlight with anyone. And she knew that if Rebecca was if Amanda was being, like, photographed out in public with her friends who are famous, that... Drew would lose it. And she does bring that up, that, like, she didn't want Drew to know that she was friends with Helene, for example. And then she didn't want her to know that she had, like, spent the night hanging out with Sam Pleasant, for reasons that seem really obvious. But she does that in every aspect of her life. At one point, Sam talks about, like, cyber stalking her basically because he's bummed. Like he wanted to go out with her and she is turning him down. And he's like, he's looking through her Instagram until he realizes, he's like, what are you doing? You're being a fucking weirdo. Stop stalking this woman online. But he says in her Instagram, there are very few pictures of her. Very few. It's landscapes and like other people, but it's rarely a photo of her. And I feel like that really went back to her trying to make herself, and she says this at one point, like so bland and unexcitable, just like
kind of blend
boring,
into the background.
Because she didn't want Drew to make a thing of it. She didn't want Drew to know that she was any kind of fun or special person. Well, she wanted Drew to think she was boring and kind of a loser.
Well, think about the People magazine spread. I mean, the only reason she knew is because she was in the background of that picture of Helene and Ignacio.
At their wedding, right?
There was the only reason, because she was in the background.
Yes.
And
she specifically had said, like, she had tried to avoid the photographers all night, trying to like slink away to make sure she wasn't in any of the pictures.
I wonder if like, and just because like I'm thinking of like daughters who have in the industry who have made something of themselves and having to live in their mother's shadow, like Jamie Lee Curtis or Carrie Fisher. Or
even their father's shadow, like needing to step out of that and how difficult that is.
Right. I mean, like Carrie Fisher, I mean, because she had two
Who's Carrie Fisher's, who were her parents? Who were her parents? Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds.
Debbie Reynolds, that's what I was thinking about.
Debbie Reynolds.
Same, like, well, Shirley Jones, same thing. Like, we're like that the 60s sort of like, but, but the other one I was thinking of was, besides Carrie Fisher and, it was, Diana Ross's daughter. What's her name? Who's on
That's a good
Blackish.
Question. Oh my God. I never knew that. But like thinking about her face.
Yeah.
She looks a lot like Diana Ross. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'll get her name.
Not Teresa. Yeah. I mean,
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Tracy Ellis. That's what, like, Tracy. Yep. I knew Ellis was in there. Is her name. Yeah. And
I had no idea, but that makes total sense. She does look like Diana Ross.
Yeah. And I'm wondering, if part of that is like, I mean, but Tracy Ellis seems fine. Like, she seems like she doesn't seem like a bitch. Carrie Fisher had some issues.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But most of that was drugs. I mean, and she'll be the first one to tell you. But at the same time, like, I wonder if it's just, it's that pressure to be, live up to your parents. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there was something I sympathized with Drew a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit at the beginning. Sure. But like, as
she's
the
a
book
horrible
progressed,
person.
I was like, wow, you're a really terrible person.
Deserves to die in a pit. But,
wow. She was terrible. She was really terrible. But like,
she says some horrible things to her. Like,
yes, that get progressively worse as the book goes on.
Yeah, yeah. To the point where, like, I mean, some of the shit that I was like, this is not cool for even like your worst enemy to say to no. Like, I literally wouldn't say that to people that I absolutely cannot stand to be around. Yeah, I was like,
it's hurtful. It's intentionally hurtful.
Yeah. I mean, she's the fucking worst.
She is terrible.
But, I stepped on your pro.
Oh yeah, I kind of went on a tangent there. But so the banter is like the thing that that got me. So I will read this one between her and her mother. She's talking to her mom on the phone. They share like a Hulu account or whatever. Her mom had called to get the password because like she never remembers the password. And the password is their home landline. And her mother still can't remember it. So anyway, she's talking to her mom. Her mom says, one of the judges is rather dreamy. I told your father and he got all upset. I told him I was going to get you to introduce me to him if he didn't quit sulking. Mom, Amanda laughed. Please leave your poor husband alone. He's mine. I can tease him all he want. And she says relationship goals. And then later in the conversation, they're kind of like signing off. They're hanging up the phone. And Amanda says, well, I need to get on the road, and I know you want to watch some sexy blacksmith. Sure do, baby girl. I gotta pick out my second husband. Do not tell Dad that. I will tell him that. He's gotten too comfortable.
There's things in this book that I'm like, they were so funny and just so relatable and just...
There were things that, like, I was reading in bed and my husband was already asleep, and I was, like, covering my mouth because I laughed so hard that I was afraid I would laugh out loud and then, like, wake him up. So I was just, like, silently shaking.
What the fuck's wrong with her?
I know. And I know that we'll get to that quote later, so I will tell you when it comes up. Because I don't want to step on your bun, because I know what it is. The whole book is very funny. At one point she calls Drew Lady Voldemort.
She does! I had that highlighted too. I was like, oh my God. I love it.
She also, who is this? Zach actually says this, one of his brothers. He goes, you know I'm flush with cash. And the only thing I heard was John Ralphio. Flush with cash. Flush with cash. It was just so funny. Like, so many things in this book made me laugh either out loud or at least chuckle quite a bit. Also, I love that he calls her Cha-Cha because he didn't know her name.
I know. I love that. Like, so can I just say mine is that it's fucking funny. This fucking book is hysterical.
It's so funny.
So funny. I mean, we could just, I literally, like, we could just go back over, like, all the fucking funny.
Please do.
Yeah. Go ahead and start. I'm going to pull my thing up.
This one. So they're this is like 2/3 of the way through the book. Who is this? Who says this? Oh, Amanda says this. My mom can't keep a secret for shit, so maybe I won't tell her right away. But as soon as Helene and Ignacio are back from their honeymoon, I'll tell Helene. And then maybe we can go double dating on Ignacio's yacht, or like go window shopping for exotic animals and buy the most illegal one. I don't know what rich people do with their free time, she teased. Sam responds, we're rich, not white.
I just thought of Tiger King that whole time. I was thinking about Tiger King.
Too.
I mean, like, seriously, Lady Voldemort, this is like being hugged by Jesus, Amanda whispers.
Yes.
This is the hug I've been dreaming of my whole life. Mm-hmm, so, she meets Sam's grandmother, who is also an entertainment star. And
she was like a pioneer in like black actress.
Yes, it was her and her and Sam's grandfather was a wrangler, an animal wrangler.
Yeah, he was on the set, but was not an actor. That's how they met.
Yeah,
and he tells that story at one point. It's very sweet. It's very sweet.
So chapter 12 starts this whole thing about horses, and it is so fucking funny.
This is the part that made me silent laugh to the point of like shaking.
I lost it. So it starts with, I had a dream, I slept all day, and then when I finally showed up, you said I was too late to see the horses because they've been shipped overseas for the night. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then the next one I have is, I love horses, but I just fear and respect their size and literal horsepower. And also, one of my worst fears is getting kicked in the head. The next one is, another burst of laughter erupted from Sam. I will not let you get kicked in the head. And then my next note is,
hang on, are you going to go straight to the part with Zach?
No.
Okay.
This is, I don't want to get kicked in the face. And as you can see, I'm very beautiful. We can't let anything happen to my beautiful face, Amanda added deadpan.
So right before that, Sam is bringing her over to the horses, and he says, Amanda wants to ride, but is worried that she'll get decapitated by a renegade hoof to the head.
The best
Please read the next one. Please read the next one. You
betcha. It's the first trick I taught him.
Wait. No, wait. Go back. Okay, so he says, Zach says, come here. He says to Amanda, come step right up here. Sam watched as she made her way over to him and then stepped up on the bottom railing of the fence. Okay, when he comes over here, just hold still and he'll take care of the rest. Amanda says, he's not going to kick me in the face, is he? And that's when he starts.
There was so much face kicking. I just couldn't handle I couldn't handle it.
But read that line, because I didn't let you read it. Read that part
The
that
last
starts
one?
out, you betcha.
You betcha. It's the first trick I taught him, because she's like, he's gonna kick me in the face, isn't he? And he's like, you betcha. It's the first trick I taught him. Find the nearest guest and kick them right in the fucking face. Come here, boy. Give Amanda a kiss. Oh my God. Rebekah, holy shit. I have not laughed. I mean, I have tears right now.
I have tears in my eyes right now. I was laughing so hard, shaking silently in bed because I was afraid I was going to.
I was texting you. I was like, I can't handle this fucking scene.
Oh my God! Because I was ahead of you when you got there and you started texting me. I was like, I know, like all caps, just screaming, I know.
Oh, and seriously, like, oh God. Okay, here's another one I love. So they're at the this shitty dive bar. What's the name of the dive bar? I can't remember it right now.
Oh, it was something weird.
Claim jumpers, something like that.
Yes, claim jumpers, something like that.
So it was. She's like, she's asking like, what do you want to do? He's like, probably. Sam chuckled. Want to slow dance to House of Pain? Of course I do. Good, because I'm going to use your body to hide my erection.
Yep.
Oh. My God, it really, really is very fun. Oh, no, I bet the Ignacio
is so funny.
Sure enough, the first thing that the photo that was turned into a meme of Jason Derulo falling backwards down the Met Gala stairs almost 10 years ago. Jason Derulo falls down the stairs on his way to the vote in the Democratic primary. The reason I'm yelling that is because it's in all caps. Funny, so fucking funny. Oh my God, so fucking
also,
funny.
Anytime I read the word Jason, yes.
Because for the longest time, I wanted that to be my job. I wanted to just be like in the background going, Jason Derulo.
I am crying. Fucking handle this.
Oh my God, Rebekah, you've done this to us.
God.
You have done this to us.
Funny. Hang on, page 192. Where are they?
What do you mean? I thought we decided we is fucking tonight.
We is fucking tonight.
I wanted to be fresh faced for when I smothered your face with my thighs.
Yep. Yep.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. This book gets dirty. I don't know. I can't like tell where they were. He takes her to like a spot. That might be where this is.
Oh, up in the mountains?
Up in the mountains, yeah. They're talking, and she says, Tex, if there's anything... She calls him Tex.
Yeah.
If there is anything I love more than playing Russian roulette with your standard case of rabies, it's storytelling.
Oh, I just snorted.
I can't. Like, it's just so...
My tummy hurts from laughing. Same.
I have, like, a headache already from laughing. Also, something that reminded me of Penny Reed, she brings up melt your butter.
Yes!
There's a line on page 178, she says, melt your butter.
Here's another. I want a letter. Like a dramatic as fuck handwritten letter.
Oh my God, yes.
I want to feel it, hold my hand, and sit on Venice Beach while tourists complain about the homeless population problem while doing nothing to fund housing initiatives in their own communities. I want to hold that letter in my hand and weep because I cast the biodegradable paper into the ocean as a way to start the grieving process of getting over you. I was like, that's amazing. That is fucking amazing. Because it's ash, trash, garbage in a garbage boot. The fuck is a garbage boot? That's my favorite.
I don't know, but I love it.
Oh, because he says, what the fuck is... He says, literally, the fuck is a garbage boot?
The fuck is a garbage boot?
Oh my God, guys. This book is so fucking funny. Oh my God.
The thing that follows that, first of all, we said that he calls her Cha-Cha, right? Yes.
Yeah, you said that, yeah.
So he says... after she says, like, the thing about the biodegradable paper, he says, Cha-Cha, you are extra as fuck. And she says, I'm sorry. I keep most of this bottled in. You're letting the real freak in me out. I'm here for it, and I can see the writer in you. That was some batshit poetry.
I'm going to say, like, she has written two really good characters. Like, I love Sam, and I love I love Amanda. Like, they're both really good I mean, like, I cared about both of them, really. I mean,
Yes.
like, because I think it's tough. It's tough writing because we've read enough, like, celebrity sort of, like, stories.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's tough to write a guy. It's tough to write a male celebrity and make them relatable and personable. And she's done it. I mean, Sam is just a nice dude.
And he's also like like at his core, just like a nice human. And you get to see it. I was so glad this was written from dual perspective because like you got to really see how lovely he is as a person. Yeah. Like deep down, he is just a beautiful human.
He is. And
she felt protective of him because of that, because she saw that he was a beautiful human. And so when Drew was like on her bullshit, she was so protective of like making sure that she never knew that Amanda had known him or had talked to him ever at all, because she didn't want Drew like exploiting that.
You're never going to be with him. You're never.
Yep.
Like, I think if it came down to it, like, if, like, Amanda had to be, like, fist fighting, like, she'd be like, no.
Oh, at one point, she's like, Drew probably doesn't, she was, like, assessing it. She was like, Drew probably doesn't know how to fight. Like, I'm sure I could take
it. Yeah. Where she put her hand up to, like, stop her from leaving.
Yeah.
But I think if it came down to it and she, like, I think Amanda would do what she needed to protect to protect Sam
and his family.
Yeah, because like they're all just good
when
people.
Shit starts to hit the fan, like she's also worried about his family.
Yeah, because they're all good people. I mean, it's which is unusual. I mean, I'd say unusual for like celebrity families.
It's unusual.
Yeah, for celebrity families, like it's you get the bad egg here and there, but
right. Well, and it's also hard. Not that I know from experience or anything, but like I would imagine it's difficult after being. It's just such a different world.
It is. Like, I can't imagine living.
It's kind of like getting into politics, and like all of a sudden you have all these people who are like trying to like grease the wheels and slip you money to try. Like it's just like a.
It's
so
easy
much of it is.
Yeah.
It's easy to get jaded, first of all, but also kind of easy to get. Like really wrapped up in the nepotism and the
100%, yeah,
and the doing favors for people, and it's difficult,
right? And because like which makes it nice that he's got this dilemma, that Sam has a dilemma, like what he wants to do. Because I know you mentioned it in the summation, but he has just won a best supporting.
He's just
right?
won best best supporting actor Oscar.
So like. It's kind of like it's like what happened with Cuba Gooding Jr. Like what it's like everything here's open to you.
Yeah.
But I think with him, like, and I'm sure, like with everybody who's won that best supporting, because I think Jared Leto probably went through the same thing. Because didn't he win Did he win best supporting? Anyhow, it's like that supporting is a really tough is a tough win, because it's like you would think that like then full
right. Best actor would be like
open
the next
to you. Yeah.
Right.
But necessarily
so many times, like that's where because Sam even says that, like, I'm getting offered other supporting roles, and I don't want that. I don't want to be like the black friend.
Right.
Like I want to be in a starring role.
I mean, but
and
we
he
could also
earned it 1,000%.
We could also have a discussion about how the industry in general does not support black
and we'll
creators.
get into that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about our meats.
Yeah, okay. You go first.
I didn't have too much meat about this book.
I had to like really scour.
I mean, the meat is I fucking hated Drew. I wanted to stab her in the face because she treated my girl Amanda so bad. But that's like we talked about this before.
We've talked about this.
You can't make that the bad thing. Like, because
does that mean that then she's just well written, and also she's the evil stepmother in this scenario?
Right.
If we're talking about like the Cinderella storyline,
she
did her job. Right.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's hard. I really had a hard time determining what I was going to talk about here
because it reads fast.
Yep, it does.
It's well rounded. I guess maybe I'd like
I
to
was
have
worried as a
bit...
white person that I wouldn't be able to, like, get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's maybe, like, there was a couple of things that I wasn't, like, I didn't understand some of the, like, the colloquialism and the
right, yeah.
idioms,
that's what I meant. I don't mean, like, as a
idiomism.
white person, I could not have enjoyed this book. I mean, like, I was worried that the colloquialism or the slang would, like, mean that I was like, I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. You know what I mean?
And I just looked that up and I was like, oh, that's what that means. Like, I didn't feel like... It wasn't
I
like...
told you, I educated you on one before we started.
I was like, oh, okay. But
that's what that means.
Part of that
Got
is
it.
also because I'm fucking old. So, I mean, like...
Same. I'm not that much younger than you.
It wasn't, like, it didn't keep me from the book. So I guess if I had to have a meet, that's it. But honestly, Becca, mwah, chef's kiss, baby.
God, it's so amazing. The only thing that I said, I just wanted more of seeing them as a couple.
Oh,
like once they,
100%.
Like that's the only thing. You know how I feel about
they're not together
like,
that much. Yeah.
No, I mean they. First of all, this entire book takes place over like a 2-week time span.
I mean they fall in love like that
real fast. Yeah. Which fine.
And part of it he's in Bali, so.
Yeah, exactly. So having like they meet at the Oscar after party, right? Mm-hmm. And then she goes to work that week. She returns to statue promptly, okay? Like, promptly. And then they end up seeing each other at Helene's wedding that next weekend.
Yeah.
And then it's like throughout... He runs into her on the street after that.
At Delightly.
Yeah, at Delightly.
Because she's...
You're right.
because that leads into my... other pro.
Because then that goes, like, that leads into them spending another weekend together. Yeah. So it doesn't take place over a long period of time, and then like they get together, and then this is book 2 in a series, by the way. So
who's book is about Evie.
It would have been about Evie and Zach.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
So this is Cowboys of California book 2. The first book is about Zach and Evie, and then the third one is probably about Jesse. I would assume.
Well, I was wondering if there was one about Helene and Ignacio.
I wondered if she has a separate one in a different series about that.
I wondered,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have not looked. We should probably look that up. God, we're terrible. So anyway, there's a lot of like setup in there for Jesse's book, and it not like overly so, not in a way that's annoying by any means.
No,
like it's very
Jesse's
well
got some
done.
Issues.
Jesse's got some shit going on, and that's totally fine. But like Sam as a person is like, I am concerned about my brother, and so I'm going to take him away from the ranch. He takes him on a trip to Bali to get him out and just like let him chill and let him relax. Yeah. So then like shit starts to hit the fan while he's in Bali.
It's a really good family dynamic.
It honestly is. It's so supportive and beautiful and just like...
I guess that's one thing I can say. Like Amit is, I don't have... There's something to be said about that family dynamic in both like Amanda and Sam that I don't have.
Yeah.
Is like, we just don't, I don't have that like core, and not to say that we don't, like my family isn't like close, and we don't, but that's not like this. This is like totally different. This is something that I wish I had. And so, I mean, that's more like, it's not a negative. It's more like, I just fucking wish that like, I don't know, it was like different.
I get that. I mean, I loved that like they went and hung out and watched it. What was it, Friday the 13th? They went and watched Jason Takes Manhattan.
It was.
They went and watched a movie.
It was the same complaint that every fucking person has about Jason Takes Manhattan, which is he doesn't actually take Manhattan. That's fine. He takes a boat. That's fine. Cool. Don't worry about it.
It made me want to watch the movie, though. I won't lie. You know, like it was.
You did miss that.
No? Okay, cool.
It's not good.
But it was just like the family dynamic that they had was so sweet, and then the way that she was kind of effortlessly brought into it. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to see, like, obviously there's tension with the fact that just built-in tension that he is an Oscar-winning movie star and she is an assistant to an actress. And so there's just like this built-in tension between the two of them and where they are in their careers. And I was afraid that what was going to happen was that she wasn't going to tell him ever.
Oh, 100%.
And that, like, the tension, like, what was going to blow up was that he was going to be like, why the fuck? Like, because that whole thing with Drew being on her bullshit is going on.
Yeah.
I was afraid that he would like think that
so
she was just trying to use him or something. Yeah, I was really, really grateful that she told him.
Early on.
Yeah, earlier
and, honestly,
than like
perfect time, because I don't think if she had said it earlier, it would have been fine too. But I think when she said it was the right time.
It was a good time. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was good timing.
Yeah. Shall we talk about our bottom bones? Because clearly we don't have that much to complain about with this book.
Right. Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
You go first.
So I loved that Amanda was this figure that she's sexual and she wants to have sex with Sam. I mean, like, you open and they've had sex. But a couple times, like, after she, like, at the wedding, at Helene's wedding, she's like, I'm going to fuck him, and we're going to be done. And I think
just
there's
one more time to get it out of my system.
Exactly.
And then, like, it'll be a story I tell my grandkids, like, when I'm 100.
And you know what? She does do it. Honestly, she does do it because they don't have sex. I'm going to say to a point where she restrains herself. They do not have sex that weekend because she's like, I want to know you, one. And two is like, I don't want to just fuck you and and then be. She wants the whole experience, and she doesn't want to. And I'm trying to phrase this so it isn't like I'm not like hating on anybody or like judging anybody for whatever they do, but like she's taking sex with Sam to a different level. It's like, it's not just like having sex with him. It's like, I want to have a relationship along the lines too. It's not just sex. I want everything that goes along with having sex with you.
Right. But she also is like, I don't know if I want the public nature of this.
Exactly.
And that's what kind of like puts the brakes on for her.
Yes. And so, like, because honestly, they don't have sex until about 70% through spoiler, they don't have sex until like 70% in.
Late. I mean, it's like, it's past late. The halfway point. Yeah.
I mean, they play with, they play it up until then. And
there's tension. I mean, there is obvious sexual tension in there.
Right. And I think that there's something to be said for that. I mean, not that, like, again, I'm not hating on anybody who wants to have sex right away, but there's something, like, I think with her character and her build-up that she's, like, when she realizes that Sam is a good dude, and she's like, I don't want this just to be, like...
about sex. Like, I want to build a relationship with you.
Exactly.
I was really proud of her for, like, pumping the brakes.
Agreed.
Not because, like, I'm not shaming her. I'm not trying to say, like, you shouldn't be having sex with him that early. I was proud of her for, like, listening to her own inner voice and then following it. Yeah. Because she knew, she was like, this will not make, like, will it make me temporarily happy because he's really good in bed and I know that already? Yes. But will it make me happy in the long run? No. No, it will not. You
and I just read a book this past week where somebody who should not have been having sex right away. Like, she should not have been. Like, we read a book where the person had been in a relationship for 10 years with bad, abusive sex.
An abusive situation, yeah.
And you're like, you should not jump in and have sex with somebody. If you're not mentally in the headspace, I think there is a connection between the two. And I think Amanda had a really good handle on both. She's like, I don't know if this is good for me. Because it's all about her heart in the long run. She's like, whatever happens, whatever comes out of this, I'm going to be the one who's going to be picking up the pieces. Although I do have to say, I think Sam would be picking up pieces too.
Oh, of course. But she didn't know that at that time. She didn't know that,
no.
You know? Yeah. Because he was really upset. I mean, and she even makes a note, like, I can see the hurt flashed in his eyes.
Yeah, like
when she says, like...
And I don't think it was, like, because she didn't want to have sex with him. I think it's just, like, because he was, like, I don't know if she wants me like that.
Yeah, because then they have more than one discussion about, he kind of says, like, I get that you don't want to go out with me. That's totally fine. Like, I'm not trying to push you.
Yeah.
And at one point when she goes back to the ranch, she says, like, it's not that I don't want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
It's not that at all. But I was really proud of her for like knowing herself and being self-aware enough to know that had the potential to end poorly for her in more than one way, professionally and from like a personal standpoint. And
having the self-confidence too. Like as somebody who's like a heavier person, I'm like, good for you, chick. Good for fucking you.
Legit.
Yeah, I'm like
I think we all have insecurities about the way that we look, and like she was just like whatever. I mean she even talked about that. Like she
says like I'm my beautiful face, and like, and he's like, yes, you are. Like, but I don't think she's joking. But I don't know if she's joking. I mean, like I think she rightly is. She should think she's beautiful because
of course,
fucking everyone should think they're beautiful.
And her weight is discussed frequently, or at least like her size is discussed frequently. And she's just like, you know, it is what it is. And I know that I'm beautiful and I don't hate my body.
Yep.
You know, like, and excellent. Like that was fucking refreshing, right? To read a heroine who is not like, I despise every single one of my curves or every single cellulite dimple or like whatever the thing is. It was so nice to read a heroine who was not just actively hating on herself for the way that her body is shaped.
Well, and I think there's something to be said about the different like groups too. That like, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
the cultural difference.
Yes, because I think like as white women white women. We are told from the longest from the get-go,
from Jump Street,
as I would say, is that we are supposed to be the stick figure people,
like waifs.
Yeah, that's how it is. We're willowy, like sort of. And we're a sigh. If we could have a sigh,
you could blow us over with a sigh.
Yeah,
and let me tell you, neither of the women on this podcast can be blown over with a sigh.
Nope. Even at my thinnest, and it was never a sigh. But,
same. My body is not built like that. It's just not.
I just adore that Black women are so self-assured that like it does not matter to them, and I think it's something that's praised and loved in their culture that is just not in the white culture, unfortunately.
And I'm sure that there's like variation in there. I'm sure Black women have
insecurities.
We're
putting it into a bucket that's like,
right. But like as a culture, they are more accepting and they embrace their own curves and their own, like it's okay that they have boobs or butts or like whatever. All of that's fine. And I wish that more of society also accepted that.
Great. Yeah.
I think it's important. I think it's because we just don't all fucking look like supermodels, and we're not going to.
No.
We're just not going
healthy.
to.
Sorry.
No,
Guess
it's
what,
not.
Guys?
It's not. No. Actually, I mean, I hate to bring up Taylor Swift like again, but in her Miss Americana documentary, she says at one point, like, my body was not meant to be that small. Like, I didn't realize it wasn't normal to feel like I was going to pass out halfway through a show. Because she just wasn't fucking eating and was working out all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, that's what... all of this shit, like, self-hatred of your own body leads to eating disorders. You and I know this well. You know? So, like...
Well, I mean...
I love embracing that. At one point, he says to her, like... they're going to go out to dinner at, like, 8 or something. And she's like, that's kind of late for me. I'll probably order some room service. I will, like, have a snack beforehand. And he goes, if you're hungry, girl, eat.
He's like, and then also, if you also want to eat later, wings are really good.
Like the wings are really good at what Claim Jumpers or whatever the fuck that place is called.
Yeah, but he also talks about how luscious he actually says her big fat ass at one point, and I was like, yes. He literally says big fat ass, and I was like, okay. I love it. So, I mean, I'm here for all of it. all of it.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I just loved that aspect of it. I totally agree with that.
Tell me about your pro.
Okay, so as like, in the past, I don't know, however many years this has been, I feel like it's been sort of, sorry, I just saw my husband like run by. So in the past couple years in particular, but really this has been going on for many years. I'm something I'm really grateful for, that we can only speak from like the American lens, right? Mm-hmm. From being, we live in the United States. We've lived in the United States for the vast majority of our lives, if not all of it. So having that lens, and I'm looking at how our society is viewing race, I appreciate it when Black people are like, here is some racist shit that you're not paying attention to.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you don't know.
I love that saying. It's my favorite saying. I say it all the time. I don't know what I don't know.
Right. And like, I can't get better if
I don't know what's wrong.
If I don't know what's wrong. And I can't be a better ally if I don't know what I'm doing. And right. I'm not asking Black creators or Black people in general to correct my wrongness.
No.
But I appreciate so much looking into, like, this is one of the reasons you and I wanted to do specifically Black authors for Black History Month, is like gaining that different perspective of reading books written by Black authors. And it's not like we've never read Black authors. Like,
right.
Therese Bahari is from South Africa. Like, she's
right.
a Black woman. But, like, we wanted to specifically focus on this. And I'm so glad that this book really fit into this theme of, like, anti-racism work. Yeah. Because something that Amanda discusses frequently in what's the word I'm looking for? Specifically in the discussions of the movie that he has won his Oscar for.
Oh, yeah. The White Savior, sort of.
Yeah, right. So the movie is called The Sky Beneath Our Feet. And so Sam is, this is Sam's chapter. This is his first chapter. He says, when his agent had brought the script for The Sky Beneath Our Feet to him, Sam had his doubts. The story of the first recorded slave revolt needed to be told. It was part of America's history, his history. But like many other young Black actors, Sam was torn about telling another painful story about the Black experience. The part they wanted him for wasn't the lead, and the true event had also involved white indentured servants. And then later, he'd mentally prepared himself for how draining the work would be, trying to fully comprehend the horrors of chattel slavery and how hard this country had tried to forget it. After they'd wrapped, he'd gone back to Big Rock, that's his family's ranch, for months just to get his mind right again. He had never been more grateful for how hard his grandparents had worked to give their family everything.
Yeah.
And something that I, as a white person, have had to wrap my mind around is that, you know, we have, like, we know where we came from, right? Like, yep. You and I know where our families came from in various parts of Europe. But Black people don't necessarily. And that, I think it's such an obvious thing to say. But that's something that, as a white person, I didn't fully grasp until, I would say, the last few years. Because, they were brought here
yep.
with no regard for any kind of, like, I don't know, heart, soul, empathy, anything. They were shoved in fucking ships and sent over here. And then forced to work and kept down deliberately by economic structures and society. And so a lot of Black people in this country legitimately don't know where their ancestors came from. And that is a thing that comes out later in the book. Hang on, I need to search for it. Because I forgot to write down the page number. Search. I believe this is Amanda talking. All I'm saying is, even though the movie wasn't exactly what I would have wanted, you were amazing in it. You gave one of our ancestors a voice, and the Academy actually acknowledged that. People know Josiah Williams now in a way they didn't before, thanks to you. And later in the book, he even, he's scrolling through Instagram and he finds someone, like a kid, who tagged him in a post about, like, he had watched the movie with his dad, And then he had done research on their family history and found out that he was related to Josiah Williams, and he never would have known that had he not done the research, and perhaps had Sam not made that movie. And the impact that has on people, like, that is real fucking life. And I'm really glad that Rebekah brought that into this book, because I want white people to read this shit. I want white people to see, like, this is not, I recognize that we all live in our own little minds and we only have our own perspective and our own history to draw from. But that makes it all more important to understand the difference of opinion and the difference of background that other people are coming from. It's so important. And a lot of the volunteer work that I do ends up falling into anti-racism work. It's so critical. And so I was really like, I texted you at one point. I was like, I'm legitimately intimidated by Rebekah Weatherspoon. Because, like, I can tell that she's an extremely intelligent person. And I was grateful to have been able to read something from her that also incorporated this element.
Yeah.
Because it's important to me to be able to help make the world a better place for future generations, and to raise my kid better than what I was raised. And I'm not saying that I was raised in, like, a terrible way, or that, like, my parents tried to, or that my parents are racist. It's just that, like, again, you don't know what you don't know. And we are in different times now than we were in the 80s or the 90s. And we need to, like, as a parent, I believe I have a responsibility to make sure that my kid is raised differly, according to the way that life is changing.
Facilitate our support towards that community.
Absolutely.
Like, if there's some way I can do better to help you, I want to do it. Like,
I want to know.
I want to know, and I want to do better. Like, I think everything, I think it should just, like, all kind of land on for white people. It should be just fucking do better. Do better.
And recognize that, like, if someone corrects you and someone calls you on your racist bullshit, accept that. Right. And realize, like, they're not attacking you. They're trying to tell you, like, what you're saying is racist, and here's why. Right. I think, like, a lot of that for me comes into, like, into microaggressions, and that's something
I was just going to say that, yeah.
I've taken courses on that, like, through my volunteer work, talking about, because, again, as a white person, I don't know what those things are. And so having someone literally explain to me, a person of color say to me, like, this is a thing that is a microaggression, and it's maybe not even intentional racism, but, like, it's just a perception that is wrong. So something that's been in the news lately, I forget who it was even, someone was saying something about, like, a black person speaking eloquently, which implies that person can't speak eloquently because they're black.
Right.
You know, and so that would be, like, an example of a micro. I forget who that person was. But I saw it in the headlines this week. But, like, essentially my bottom line is that I'm grateful to Rebekah for writing a book that also incorporated, it wasn't just a black author writing a book about black people. It was also a black author writing a book about black people who were discussing their human experience with racism, and how they are deliberately trying to change the narrative to, like, anything from Sam saying, I want a leading role.
And I think it's very accessible for white people too. I don't think, like,
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, I've read many things, so it's not like it's like I'm saying, like, but I didn't feel like, as a white person, like, well, obviously she hates white people.
You were, like, singled out, or like that. Yeah.
No, I mean, like, it's just like, I totally was like, 100% there, Sam. Yes, agreed. Like,
yes.
The Academy needs to be not dickheads. Yes, thank you. It needs to be not, like, a bunch of fucking white assholes. Yes.
Yep.
Like,
totally.
I mean, these are things that, unfortunately, that's where we're at in the culture right now. Is we're getting better. I mean, we're taking steps, but we are not where we need to be.
No, and we...
I think
thing is, in order,
think
it's
we were
not
on our
Black
way.
people's job to fix this.
Oh no! It's our job. It's our job. No, I think we were getting closer. I think 2016 pushed us fucking leagues behind.
You know what though? This is something that actually this is something Obama said after the 2016 election that I think about frequently when I'm really discouraged. And it's discouraged about like human rights and civil rights in this country. I think about something that Obama said the next morning. Like his staff was so upset, and he brought them all into a room together, and he said, "This country," and it's if you think about it, it's very true. If you look at like the track record of presidents, if you just look at like the list of presidents and how it has gone, this country progress is not linear.
Nope.
It is a pendulum, and it swings back and forth.
Yep.
And sometimes we overcorrect, and people can't keep up with that. And we swing back. Mm-hmm. And so his point was we are swinging back. And that's not unsurprising, considering the fact that we had 8 years of a black president, and now we have white supremacy that is like really rearing its head.
Yep.
It's not surprising. It's upsetting. It's not surprising. So what we need to do is work our way back to the other side of the pendulum. But that's on white people. That is not on black people to educate us or to...
They've had enough to deal with. This is our job.
Again, not their responsibility. It is our job.
This is our job.
Yeah. So I appreciate, I'm so grateful to have been able to read a book that discussed this. Like, I didn't expect that from this book, but I'm grateful that I got it. Mm-hmm. Because for me, that's just like another step in my never-ending quest to like be a better person, be a better parent, and leave this world better than the way that I found it.
Right.
Yeah. Anywho.
Alrighty.
Shall we take a brief respite?
Yes.
And then we can talk about stunt casting and ratings?
Yes, let's do that.
Let's do that. All right, y'all. We'll be back.
In 2 and 2.
Yes, thank you. And we're back.
We're back. Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, so are we back to discuss our ratings and stunt casting?
I'm so excited.
I am too. Do you want to do ratings first?
That.
Or do you want to do stunt casting first? Okay, so you go first. Give me your eggplants. Hit me in the face with them eggplants.
There is that sex scene, and it's fucking hot. There's only one of them, so I'm going to say 3.
Okay, yeah, so I said 3.5 because, like, there's a lot of tension, but there's only, like, one major sex scene, right? Yeah. But
it's hot.
It's discussed frequently. Like, it's still a hot book.
I mean, there's a hat. There's like props.
Yep. Mm-hmm. She puts on a Stetson at one point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, props are involved, so yeah, I get that.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's not like, it's not kinky, and not that it's a bad thing.
It's not like
explicit.
No, but it's not like explicit, right? Yeah, no, it's just it's
hot.
But it's hot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about hearts.
I'm gonna say 3.5. 3.5.
Yeah, same. So I said 3.5 because Sam clearly is like real smitten with her.
He is.
Like from Jump Street. And she's clearly smitten with him too. However, she
is more reserved.
She's far more reserved about it. Now, Sam, like without really thinking about it, is just like, come out to the ranch this weekend. You're clearly stressed.
Yes.
Because in Delightly, like she's crying. Like he chases her down and says like, you dropped your phone, and and gives her like a hug on the street,
but he also was like,
and is just trying to like calm her down, and he does it totally out of instinct because he's a nice person, but also because he cares about her, and
but also he's interested in her.
Yes, he's also interested in her. And he's like, just come out to the ranch. I'll comp your whole weekend. Like, also, he does this without realizing that it's Valentine's Day.
No one remembers that it's Valentine's Day in this book. I love that. They're like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
I do too. And I also love that, like, we've read this in the lead up to Valentine's Day.
Also
that, like, no one remembers this is Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Same.
I will tell you, everyone, what I'm doing for Valentine's Day after we talk about this.
Oh, God, I can't wait. Yeah, so, anywho, like, I think Sam is a pretty romantic dude.
Yeah, I think he's in. I think that's what I like about him is he's like, he's not. He goes at one point. He starts going through all of his DMs, and he's like, "Fuck this, fuck that." No, like he doesn't say that. He's like, "No."
Yeah, it's because it's actresses hitting him up for dates like after his Oscar.
And there's
win.
actually
And
one. He's like,
no,
maybe, but then like he thinks about it. He's like, nah. But like,
no.
And to me, it's like he's actually thinking, is this somebody I'm going to want to be in a relationship with?
Right, and he says that, like, I'm a relationship kind of person. I'm not like I'm not the kind of person who just jumps from person to person.
Which it makes me wonder if like why aren't more Hollywood guys like that? Because you're such a public person that like you are kind of judged by the company you keep. So if you're jumping from bed to bed, like that's going to be something that's kind of a stigma that's put on you, you know?
Yeah, but I guess it doesn't matter as much for dudes.
No, but it should. It should.
I'm not saying it shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, right now as we stand in society.
Well, I mean, I guess when we comes down to it, neither of should care. Like, it shouldn't make a difference. Well,
sure.
I mean,
yeah,
I guess at the same
point.
time, like, you and I have had this conversation before on this podcast about my feelings about celebrity, which is like, fucking who cares? Like, in general, who the fuck cares?
Honestly, this discussion about celebrity tonight has made me want to reread Straight from the Heart.
I know. Poor Tracy, because, like, I was like, we fucking hate, like, celebrities, and she's like, I don't write all about celebrities, so I was like, I know, but this happens to be the book that we read.
Right, this just happens to be the book that we read, right.
But it feels like a sad existence, you know, where everything is contrived and everything is planned. And this is one thing, this is a book where it shows you, like, no, for this person, these two people, it's not planned, and it's not, like, it goes against the norm. Because even, like, fucking Drew talks about, like, well, we could just, like, set it up, like, to pretend to be dating or whatever. I'm like...
Right.
What the fucking point is that?
Like, what is the point? Right.
Cool.
Because it's just her. She just wants to, like, further her career.
Yeah, I'm like, that's awesome.
She sucks.
Yeah, I mean, die, bitch, die. Anyhow,
she's awful.
She's awful. I mean, the things that she says to fucking Amanda, I wanted to reach through my fucking Kindle and punch her in the fucking face. Anyhow,
yep, sure did.
Yep. So let's move on to. Okay, so we did all the ratings. Let's do the stunt casting.
Yes, please.
Right. Okay. I did 4. How many did you do?
So I only did 2. I just did Sam and Amanda.
Let's do Amanda first.
Okay. Why don't you go first?
I'm getting there, baby. I'm getting there.
So excited.
So I had a bunch of different people.
You and I both struggled with Amanda.
We did, because, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it was hard, because, like, there were, like, I ended up going with hair, because, like, her hair, she talks about her hair so much. And the person I'm gonna pick, like, of course, the pictures I have here are like, oh, well, that's not the pictures I chose, but that's fine. Why is her name not listed here? Cool. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna send it over to you. There's one. Because she's in a shorts. She's like in a jumper in this one, and I really.
Oh my God!
Isn't she gorgeous?
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I have it.
I'm sorry.
I was like, God bless America. Why isn't here?
Because you know who it isn't. James Franco or Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Dominic Fishback. That's her name. Dominic Fishback.
God, she is beautiful.
She's fucking gorgeous.
I've never seen her before.
That's the other picture of her. She does have ones where she has the triangle braids, which I was like, yes, queen, yes.
God, she's beautiful.
And she's like, so I was trying to find somebody who was...
I've never seen her. Like, what has she been in?
She's very, like one of those, like, new to the scene. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up her thing. She was in Judas and the Black Messiah. She has been on a lot of BET shows. That's her big thing. It's where she's been on a lot of stuff. She's in The Hate U Give, Project Power, which I believe is a BET movie. I think. I don't want to say that and be wrong. Jamie Foxx is that? Okay. I'm looking to see what else is on here on her list. She's fucking gorgeous.
She is seriously. She's so beautiful.
Here's a picture of her. Oh, here we go. Here's the pictures with her and triangle braids. Fucking
The Deuce, whatever The Deuce.
The Deuce was on HBO, I think. Here is her in her braids.
She was on The Americans.
Oh, nice. She's fucking gorgeous, guys. Like,
Love that.
Beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
And I wanted somebody, like, it was one of those, like, we had it was a 3-pronged attack. We had, like, we're trying to find someone with, like, I was looking for hair. That's where I was going for. Because otherwise it was, like, skin color. Because Amanda's darker skin. Like, she's a darker skinned black woman. And then heavy. Like, but not, like, to me, it wasn't, like, very, very big. Like, I was imagining, like, somebody who's, like probably a 14, 16, maybe. And, like, I just couldn't find anybody. I could not find anybody.
Yeah.
It was really tough, which makes me angry that, like...
Yeah, it was hard.
That, like, I'm like, where is the representation? Like, there just wasn't... It wasn't there. She's also in the new Transformers movie, so... Yay!
Oh, right, yeah. Rise of the Beasts. I see that.
Cool. Oh, she's in a movie called Jay-Z. Smile. All right. Where's the short from?
I saw that, too.
So, I'm excited. That is my Amanda. She's beautiful.
She plays Gloria Carter. That's probably Jay-Z's mom.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's...
like a young Jay-Z's mom.
Fucking gorgeous. Like, she's beautiful.
Yes, she is.
Anyhow.
10 out of 10. Totally agree.
Yep.
Okay, so again, listen, I also had trouble with Amanda. And here's why. Again, with the weight thing. Like, we know she's curvy, but it frustrated me because so much of, like, I literally Googled black actresses in their 20s. And I was very frustrated about the fact that I mostly found light-skinned, skinny actresses.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, well, that's not how I picture her. First of all, her skin is dark. Like, we know that from the book. And we know that she is curvy. So, like, I'm not looking, like, Willow Smith is beautiful. I'm not looking for Willow Smith. Is
fucking gorgeous, but...
Again, fucking gorgeous, but pretty thin.
Very thin. Yeah.
And so, like, that's just not what I'm looking for. I did struggle.
I want to say something about Rae. Her first couple of pictures that she had, she was heavier. And then you can see...
Well, I'm sure Hollywood was like, you need to lose some weight. Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Which is infuriating. Like, I was infuriated for... Yep. Yes, exactly. So, who I ended up choosing... I'm frustrated by this on many levels. However... who I ended up choosing is she's not in her 20s anymore. However, when she looked the way that I want her to look for this role, she was.
I think that's valid. I think that's valid.
Yeah. So I went with Jennifer Hudson pre-Weight Watchers.
God, she's so pretty.
What do you think? I know. So now listen, here's the thing about weight. Like, I think if a person is pretty, that person is pretty no matter what. It does not matter what weight he or she is. Jennifer Hudson is beautiful. She was beautiful when she was heavier. She's beautiful now that she is thinner. I don't care how thin or fat this woman is. She is still just fucking beautiful.
Also, she's a good soul. So guess what? She's fucking gorgeous.
She's like a legitimately beautiful person.
That won the SAG Awards. Oh my God. I want to. I
know. And also like her in Dreamgirls. Like she's just like that's really.
Oh, I guess.
Yes, that like purple sequin gown. Like. Yes, please. And then also her in that gold gown.
Oh, God, that one that... Oh, my God, that purple? Holy shit.
Yes.
With the short hair?
Yeah.
I am standing her real big right now. I am like...
Yeah, I know. But like
find out what's in between all of that right now. Mm-hmm.
This is how I pictured Amanda.
God damn, she's hot.
When she goes to the Oscars after party, she's in like some sequin jumpsuit or whatever. Like, this is how I pictured her. Was like in this beautiful sequin. You know, she's not a stick figure, but
keeping it.
Like, I just love her. She's just fucking beautiful. So that's how, like, first of all, Jennifer Hudson can have whatever goddamn hair she wants to, okay? So, like, I figured that can be done up. But Jennifer Hudson is just a beautiful woman, period. I mean, no matter what.
I know what my dream tonight is going to be about. I hope it's her.
There you go.
Because she's, I mean...
You're my bi-flexible friend, as
I
is
am
bi-flexible,
and I would like to flex all over her face. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's fucking beautiful.
Yep.
So that's my Amanda, is Jennifer Hudson pre-Weight Watchers. Because, like, she's beautiful now, but she was always beautiful.
Yeah.
But for this role, Amanda's not a stick figure. She's just not. And that's fine.
Oh. All right, let's do Sam.
I know. Okay, you go.
All right, so Sam was easier, obviously, because, I mean, can we find a really good-looking black man? Yes. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
But I wanted to find one guy, because she talks so much about his cheekbones. She talks about his cheekbones a lot. So I was trying to find somebody who had, and I just closed my fucking Pinterest, because why would I close my Pinterest? God bless America. When I open my Pinterest, guys, it just opens all of the things that we've searched on, and I'm like, I get lost. Because here's the other fun thing I do, is I watch a television show, say, I don't know, Pennyworth, and I find some really good-looking guy on that show, and then I do searches on Pinterest, and I save it to our random hot guys file. So, if FYI, Veronica, if you're ever looking for somebody, you can always check there first. So here is this gentleman. Oh God, he's so cute. He's so fucking cute. Like, I'm like about him. All right, give me 1 second. I am typing and I am pasting. So the cheekbones were the thing for me, because again, there's so many adorable, like, just...
She talks about how, like, he has an amazing smile.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that one. And then image address. And I'm sending this one over.
Oh, holy fuck.
And there's that one. And then here's him in a suit. Because I wanted him in a suit.
Happily married. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, him in a suit.
Oh, my God.
God bless him.
The first one gets me. The first one gets me real...
Yeah, he's an attractive man. This is Jay Ellis. Jay Ellis is really cute. It was his cheekbones. That's what sold me. But he's super. He's just attractive. He is in Insecure is the big thing that he's in now. Well, it just ended in 2021, but that was his last big thing. But he's tall. He's super tall. He just has a friendly face. Like, he's a friendly face, and he can fucking dress. He's also going to be in the new Top Gun movie. So.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm looking to see what other stuff he's been in.
Escape Room.
Oh, he's a master of sex. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. He was on NCIS Los Angeles. So he was on.
Yes, he was. He was a naval flight officer. Oh, hot. Oh my God, he was on How I Met Your Mother.
Sound guy. Yep. He was on Grey's Anatomy.
On original NCIS. He was on Grey's Anatomy? What? Oh, okay, got it.
He's
The Bold
very
and Beautiful.
attractive. He's an attractive man. I mean, like,
he is extremely hot.
yep. I mean,
I'm just gonna throw that out
he's
there.
also a younger dude. Like, yeah.
Holy fuck, dude.
So that's by Sam. Oh God, this picture of him is really good. Sorry about this other one. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm happily married.
We do this every fucking week where we're like, oh, sweet God bless America. Yeah, so I don't want to have sex with him at all. Not at all. Like, not at all.
Not at all.
Right
not
now,
even a little
at all.
bit. Nope.
Yeah, I don't. Nope. I don't want to.
Nope.
Here, I'm going to send this over to you because you shouldn't see this at all because you shouldn't want to also have sex with him too. Oh, God. Sweet. Okay. I need to stop. I need to stop.
Not sending this to you at all.
Him and Issa Rae together. I'm like, oh my God, my fucking... Oh, my ovaries just exploded. Okay, cool. Are you sending something to me? Oh, let's see what if it's the same thing. And I just... Yep, that was the thing with Issa Rae. I was like, yeah, that shouldn't... Yep. It's those arms.
What is it with the vein in the bicep?
I don't know.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, God. Bless America. Oh, here.
Jesus.
Here.
Go forward a couple into the weightlifting.
No, here you go. Here, let's just do this one. Here you go. Enjoy that one.
Fucking
Enjoy
hell.
that one.
Oh my God. He really does have a great
So this is just us.
This is just us, like, looking through IMDb.
Objectifying men. It's fine.
Yep. It's fine.
Okay, cool. So give me your Sam.
Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay, focus, Veronica. Holy shit. Okay, okay. Focus. All right, let me get back to my sarcastic.
Do you just want me to start talking? I could just talk about things. So,
okay. No, it's all right. I'm cool. All right. So I literally Googled, as one does, male black actors in their 20s, and literally the first picture I saw, like before I even clicked on a single link, it was like a couple black actors, like pictures popped up, and it was one of the first ones that I was like, that would be him. That is the one. That right there. And I recognized him, but I couldn't place where I knew him from. And then I looked at his IMDb and I was like, oh, that's correct. So here is my dude that I want to be Sam. His name is Lakeith
Stanfield, right?
Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes!
He's from Someone Great.
Yeah, he's a fucking amazing. Yes, Lakeith Stanfield is amazing.
Here is him clean shaven, because that's a specific discussion that Sam talks about at one point, is that like he's growing in like a little bit of scruff, which he hadn't done for work. Like that was the reason. Here's him in a suit. You're fucking welcome. And then here is him with his just ridiculous smile.
I think you sent me two of the same thing.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I will take, oh my God, I will take all the pictures of Lakeith Stanfield. I will take them all. Oh my God.
Yeah. The big thing that he has been in is Atlanta.
Yes.
But again, like he was in Someone Great. He was Gina Rodriguez's like love interest. He was the dude in Someone Great. Nate is that guy's name. Oh, I didn't know he was in Knives Out, but again, I haven't seen that movie.
Yes, he plays like the big oh my God. If you've not seen Knives Out, it's great. He plays like the
I do want to see it.
Yeah, he plays like the assistant like investigator to oh shit, what's his name? James Bond. What's his name? Daniel Craig. It's so he's
I fucking love Daniel
He's so
Craig.
good.
Yeah, so he is Sam for me.
I get it. I get it.
He's so
I'm just gonna
hot.
look at pictures of Lakeith Stanfield. That's fine.
You should. He looks beautiful, clean shaven. He looks beautiful with.
He's also super tall. He's like.
Oh, he was in Get Out. I didn't know that.
No.
Yes, he is tall. He's like 6 feet tall.
And I was like, okay, I didn't feel him for Sam, but that was me because the picture that came up was him from Get Out, where he I mean, like, if you've not seen Get Out,
fair,
but yeah,
correct. But he is clean shaven in Get Out,
yes,
based on the pictures that I've seen. And she specifically talks about his beard, like in his scruff and things like that. So, oh my, the harder they fall behind fucking
God.
King Idris Elba.
Oh jeez, oh God. I mean, seriously, it's like just Eiffel Tower. What? Here you go. Here you go.
Holy God. I mean, he's really hot.
He's really pretty.
Hot. And he's super tall. And that's like they talk about his height specifically, that Sam is like the shortest of them, but Sam is still very tall.
Well, you know, it's really funny.
Because Jesse is like 6'7". Jesse is massive.
God, I want to just sit on his face. Anyhow, cool. Coolio. Okay.
Yep.
So, do you want me to talk about the two that I did not?
I really do.
Okay, so first, I did, I'm going to do, I did the Grandma Leona. I'm sorry.
Miss Leona,
I opened up
right?
our Pinterest, and it's Thomas Wayne, and I was like, okay. He's so pretty. Anyhow, because he's under our random hot guys, FYI.
How sad for us.
Right? Oh my God. Oh, too bad. The gorgeous man that plays Thomas Wayne. Cool. So, there's a quote that I want to read before I send you this thing, because I think it was sad, and I was like, the first person that popped in my head was this person. So let me read. Let me read the quote, if I can find it. Okay, the elderly woman didn't even flip her beach wave blonde bob wig in their direction when she replied, "Baby girl, I know you are not yelling at me in my own house, in my own kitchen." She turned to them then, checking in the most hilariously sweet way. If Evie had decided to change her tone, right on cue, Evie's shoulders dropped and she tried again. And there was another thing that she said. Oh, so they are fighting a couple chapters later, and I think it's Jesse it's Zach and Sam are fighting, and Jesse or Sam says the F word. And she goes, "Try again, young man."
Try again.
Miss Leona called from across the room. And the only person I pictured was this fucking gorgeous woman. Okay, here you go.
Mrs. fucking Huxtable.
Yep, it's fucking Felicia Rashad. I was like,
I love her.
Yep. 100%. Yep. I can imagine that.
I feel
Dr.
that.
Huxtable, because she's a doctor too.
Yep. She sure is.
She's a lawyer. She was a doctor. Definitely. She's also fucking gorgeous still.
She is. She's so beautiful.
She's so pretty. And she's just... But I can see her being like, "I'm sorry, try again, young man. You just try again."
Yep.
Nope. None of that fucking language in my house. Nope.
She will always be, because I was a religious watcher of the Cosbys when I was a kid, the Cosby Show. I mean, I had to make my peace with Bill Cosby being who he is, but Felicia Rashad will always be, in many ways, a second mom.
Oh,
she is much like Bob Saget was America's dad, that's how I feel about Felicia Rashad.
Well, I mean, as much as we, like you said, but Dr. Huxtable was our fucking dad. He was.
Oh, of course. That's right. We've all had to kind of make peace with
I will
who
take
he
you
is.
out. We all know this.
Yep. Oh, we know that.
Making the shirt, was it, which one was it, which kid was it that made the shirt with the 3 arms on it? Like, yes, I mean, that's from that whole episode. Like, and that was just, it was such a good show. It was such a good show. Yeah. Anyhow, so that is my grandma. That's my Leona.
Yep. Got it.
So,
Miss Leona.
Here is my Drew. This woman, I mean, I hope she's nice because I want to do dirty things with her. I can't. She's so pretty.
Oh, holy shit.
Right?
Am I straight? I don't know. I really don't know
Madison
anymore.
Pettis. I don't know if she is whatever, but God bless America. I mean, that's what I can imagine, being a space vampire.
Yeah.
God, she's pretty.
Okay.
Right?
Fair. Mm-hmm. She's fucking beautiful.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think this is our show is, am I straight? Question mark. Like,
yeah.
Am I bisexual? Question mark. Possibly. Period.
This segment of the show is definitely, am I straight? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's, I think we should start calling it Suncasting parentheses biflexible.
Biflexible. Yeah. I do love that term. Biflexible.
But it's definitely like I have issues that I need to work out with myself.
But you know what? Maybe you don't. You know what I love? So did you ever watch Schitt's Creek? I forget. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I would say one of my very favorite, and probably many people's very favorite scenes from Schitt's Creek
wine episode?
is the wine episode when he and Stevie go to pick up wine to take to like some party.
Sometimes I feel
attending.
Yep.
It's more about, I care about the wine, not the label.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Like the explanation that he gives her is so fucking perfect.
Because I think that like
so
for him, that's Dan Levy also. Like, and I think that character, because I think Dan Levy's very much like that too, though.
I mean, maybe. Regardless, though, I love that
it makes
was the representation they gave that character.
Like,
it does make a whole lot of fucking sense.
Yeah, I mean, like, it made me love David a lot. I mean, I had, you all know, everybody who received my tweets or my texts understood how much I fucking loved David Rose.
I love David Rose so much. I really do.
Dan Levy, if you ever want to kick it over here, I want to kick it on the ladies' side.
I told you, and I cannot believe that I did not bring this up on the episode, but I absolutely read when we were doing Red, White, and Royal Blue. I absolutely read Alex in a David Rose voice.
You did. You brought that up. Yeah.
Did I? Okay. Oh my God. That fucking, I just cannot. Like, especially when he screamed, Jesus tits! Fucking love that book. Anywho.
All right,
does that conclude your stunt casting?
It does. I think that's enough.
Oh my God.
That's enough for everybody.
I love this book. Okay.
I know. I love this book. All right, so we're going to come back. We're going to take another brief respite. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about the things we are listening, what's in our ear holes and eye holes.
In our ear holes and our eyeballs. All right, we'll be back.
Bye.
And we're back.
And we're back, bitches. So, first, can I tell everybody what I'm going to do in next weekend?
Sure as shit. Please do.
Okay, so, y'all know me. I would hope y'all know me at this point. If you don't know me by now. That I have another podcast because I'm fucking crazy. But I have a horror movie podcast. And it's horror movie, not horror movie. It's called Booze, Boobs and Blood Podcast. And we are going to the Akron Schoolhouse and Laboratory for Cupid's Revenge next weekend. And I will be recording our experience through...
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited, too. I've joked that I'm going to piss my pants. I'm probably going to piss my pants.
Do you need a garlap? I can hook you up with the correct
Possibly. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be, like, I've been, like, prepping for it. I've been watching YouTube videos of people going through, like, fucking haunted attractions. I mean, like, I've been doing that in general, but yes.
Well, yeah.
I've been prepping for it. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. People can jump out at me.
For the record, I was invited, and I was like, yeah, I'm not scared.
We did invite Veronica, and she said, fuck you guys.
I did not say. I was just like, I don't know if that's a good idea for me.
You said, I will pass.
Hard pass.
Hard pass.
I love you guys, and thank you for trying to include me. But I will pass. I will be on the podcast, but I am not going to go to this house.
No. And so, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm gonna. It's a thing. It's gonna be happening. Just so anybody who listens to both knows, next weekend, tomorrow. So next weekend we're going to be going to Akron Schoolhouse and Laboratory, but this weekend we're going to record our first of. We're also celebrating Black History Month, and we are doing Candyman.
Oh yeah!
So we're doing Candyman 1 and Candyman 2, Farewell to the Flesh. So that is the name of it, and also both of them have been scored by fucking Philip Glass. Thank you.
Hello.
Oh God, it's amazing. Anyhow, so that's what we're going over on our side of things. So
I love that.
Yep.
I love that so much.
We're gonna throw some axes. I'm excited about that.
Are you really? You're gonna do that while you're there?
Might as well. Let's do it.
Oh, I'm super excited about that.
Well, so they give you like here's some, you can.
It's literally next door to like an axe throwing thing.
Yeah,
like it's part
they
of
also tell you here's what the adults can do while the kids are in the fucking like.
Oh right, yes. I remember seeing that.
Have food. Yep. I'm like so. So this is what's gonna happen. Is we're gonna get there. We have I bought the extra like pass to like get in the fast pass or whatever. So like to jump the line. Excuse me.
Yeah, if I were going with you, I would have just thrown axes and drank beer along the side.
I mean, you could still go do that if you'd like.
I mean, I guess I could. Okay.
And we were like, okay, so I'm gonna. I said, well, we're gonna. We did the thing where we can go and jump ahead, so we can jump the line or whatever.
Love that.
And so
Disney Fast Pass.
We did the Fast Pass. We did the Fast Pass for the haunted house. And I was thinking, you know what we should do? If we should get there, go to the bar, get fucking hammered, and then go do the house. Because that's what I need to do, is get fucking hammered first. So that's what my plan is to drink fucking vodka once I get there.
I like it.
Until I piss it out when I leave. Or in my diaper that I wear, because I'm going to piss my pants.
There you go. I do know. So, romance novel recommendation, hands down, by Mariana Zapata. They go to a haunted house. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Also, the other thing I want to recommend is that we, on one hand, have a T-shirt site that's not complete yet. We'll be complete very shortly.
We're working on it.
But also, B3 has a site that's up and running. Hate to say.
Hello.
And it's up and running, and it is threadless. So if you do threadless B3 podcast, you should find it. But we have a amazing shirt that is all the final girls, like the most like well-known final girls, like Laurie Strode. I mean, like it's Laurie Strode, Ripley. It's all of them, and in the back of it is our podcast. So yeah,
I love that very much.
Yeah.
You sent me a photo of it.
I love it.
I'm into it.
I'm into it too.
I love it.
So, that being said, what are you listening to?
Oh my God. Okay, so legitimately, and I don't just mean to like piggyback
what are you reading?
Oh, well, can we do listening
whatever
to?
You would like. Whatever you want to start with.
We do have this podcast. This is like our podcast.
Yeah, we can do whatever the fuck we want. Yeah.
I have legitimately been listening to a lot of B3 lately, Triple B, because I don't like scary movies that give me anxiety. However, listening to the podcast helps me understand what the fuck is going on and gives me like it gives me like cultural context so that I can understand what people are talking about. However, I don't have to watch the movies and not be able to sleep because I have enough reasons to not be able to sleep already. So anyway, I really have been listening to a lot of Triple B lately, which I have greatly enjoyed. Today, I texted both of you in our group text called Podcast Posse, and I said something. I chimed in on my own theory about the Rob Zombie Halloween things, and you disagreed. And
I did. Fine. I disagreed, but at the same time, I get what you're.
But I've never seen them. I don't know.
I think he's okay. So your point was that he wanted some attention, and my point is nope.
I think my point is he's a psychopath.
No, that's 100% true.
Obviously, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what we came to the conclusion of with the Rob Zombie verse of Halloween was, it's a bunch of half-baked ideas, and none of them actually come to fruition. So
yeah, that seems to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, I will be the first person to tell you I will give props and lift up somebody who like a series that maybe isn't like I like Hatchet. Hatchet is a fucking mess. Hatchet's a mess, but it will. There's a linear like story that can be told, and it might not be the best. It might not be the most cohesive, but it's a fucking story. Rob Zombie just puts people in situations to where he can make the most gruesome and horrible deaths. It's like, yeah, but that's not fun.
That seems gratuitous.
Yeah, exactly. It's horrorcore. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's horror porn. And I'm like, that's not like. I mean, fine. I mean, I enjoy that too. Like I enjoy. I hate this. It makes me seem like I'm like a weirdo, but like I don't mind like really gruesome or grotesque things. At the same time, it's like, but I'm not looking for that. That's not what I'm going out for and saying.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm striving for. So no, but I appreciate that you're listening to us.
I am. I got back into it. I've been really enjoying it.
I'm so very glad.
Legitimately.
I'm glad. Thank you. I mean, I hope that we were bringing something. This next is...
You guys, but the thing that I love the most about the podcast is that you guys talk about like the technical aspects of the movie.
Yeah.
Like whatever movie you're talking about, you talk about the technical aspects, which, you know, I'm a big nerd.
Did you get to Black Christmas yet? No.
Not yet. I'm finishing up the episode about the 2 Rob Zombie.
I can't wait to get to the Black Christmas. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Black Christmas.
Very excited. Oh, I'm sure you'll hear them in real time.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I actually think you would really enjoy the original Black Christmas. I think you would actually like it.
The thing is, like, so because of anxiety, and really my anxiety, like, manifests the most when I'm trying to sleep. So for me, like, watching horror films is just not helpful, right? Like,
I agree.
Having like particularly horror films that seem realistic to me. So having, like, for example, there is an episode of Criminal Minds that I've only ever seen one time, and I will never again watch it. And it takes place literally in Lower Canaan, Ohio, and it's someone that, like, hangs out in a closet and waits for this woman to go to bed and then, like, attacks her while she's asleep. That's the kind of shit that I cannot, right? Like, that's not a thing.
I can tell you, even though, like, it's more probably, like, in general, like, more detailed, and I'm using air quotes, than that, the actual, like, itself, what you see is very little. So I think, like, it's supposed. This is what this supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. I think you would enjoy it. I mean, like, it's not like it's.
That's the thing, is that, like, so listening to the podcast, and this is so in many ways very silly because it takes away from the horror aspect of it, is that, like, if I know what's going to happen, then my anxiety is more sated. Do you know what I mean? Like I can, my anxiety is alleviated because I know what's going to happen.
Which one was the one that you want to come on for? Was like fucking...
Oh, Freddy Krueger, because I don't believe in that shit.
Okay.
Like, that's easy for me. Is that I'm like, oh, well, you just don't let him in.
I was trying to bring you on for Texas Chainsaw, and you're like, no, Freddy Krueger. I was like,
Freddy
okay.
Krueger, totally can do Freddy Krueger.
It's going to be next year, probably, at this point.
That's fine.
But,
I mean, whatever. Like, the thing is, for me, again, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre sounds scary to me because I grew up on a farm, right? So, like, for me, in the middle of nowhere, living, like, surrounded by cornfields, I'm like, I don't know, man, that seems a little realistic to me.
Well,
but then I look at Freddy Krueger, and I'm like, oh, well, you just don't let him in the window. End of story.
That's
Done.
not how that happens, but it's fine.
Right, but, like, in my rational mind, I'm like, oh, you totally just don't let him in the window.
Because you just don't fall asleep.
You just... See, exactly. This is exactly how my mind works.
Well, because like I'm thinking, it blew both my mind and my co-host mind because we're like, it's we have to like. She goes, when do I need to read Women, Men, and Chainsaws? I'm like, fucking March 1st, bitch. We need to know this because I mean we're doing Chainsaw Month next month because like the new 2022 Chainsaw movie comes out next month.
Right.
So, but there's a whole book about the final girl and female empowerment in horror movies, and I just was like, that's what I wanted you on for.
Well, I can do that. That's fine.
I mean, do you want to read? We can talk about this off air. Anyhow.
We can talk about this off air.
Cool, yo.
Okay,
anywho.
What have you been reading, darling?
Oh, I am in the middle of and going to be finishing up one of the books that I'm in love with. I'm in love with this book. I do
love that you have enjoyed this book so much.
I don't understand. Like
Ouch.
I blew myself.
You blew yourself.
I blew myself.
I love you so much.
I'm blown away how much I love this book. Like, if someone really like, yeah, so here's this book, you enjoy it, I'm like, okay, cool. But it's called A Perfect Equation, The Secret Scientists of London, Book 2. Because it is the second of a trilogy, I think it's going to be, what's going to be. But by Elizabeth Everett. It's an arc. So I have to write a review on it. It's going to be me just fucking...
Media.
Yeah. It's going to be me... Because I'm media. It's going to be me just fucking gushing about this goddamn book for paragraphs. So we have two... It's an enemies to lovers. It's a historical romance. It's Regency, but at the same time, I don't think it's Regency. I think actually it's Victorian because it's 1848. So I think it's Victorian.
Oh, okay.
At that point.
All right.
But I mean, we're talking about I haven't read the first one, so I don't know exactly if it really is that sort of time period, or we're talking about like a kind of altered time period. But oh my God, Gray is amazing. Gray. So there's Gray and there's Letty. Gray and Letty are rivals. Gray, what Letty's experience with Gray has been was when Gray yelled at her and pretty much scared her off of his cousin. Was like, you're not good enough, you're a baggage, you're horrible things that you could say to somebody. That's what he said.
How lovely.
Yeah, right. And because his godfather was like, you need to get rid of her because she's trying to, she's a gold digger. She wants his money. So that's all he heard was she's a gold digger. So, not knowing that he fucking ruined her. He stole her virginity, stole all that stuff. and pretended that he was in love with her. All that kind of...
How lovely.
Yeah, right? Like, wonderful
Wiremen.
Wiremen. And so, at the same time, like, they're both up for this same mathematics award. And so this guy, this cousin of hers, like, for 6 years, she's also nouveau riche. So, like, if you've not read a book where somebody's been nouveau riche in England, it's like if you're from the trade class, you're not as respected as somebody who's like, you know, like fucking all you had to do is lay in your goddamn bed and get fucked. And
right.
That's
right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she's nouveau riche, so obviously like she's not respected. Then like you got this guy who's like it's just it's good. I can't explain it. I love it so much. So Gray is like, the first time you see them together, like he hates her, but he loves her, and he's drawn to her, and he wants to touch her.
You know how I feel about that shit. I mean, like, I just can't.
He wants to touch her.
It's just,
all
you know,
the time.
I'm gonna love it.
Oh, you will love it. Like, every time, of
course
like,
I will.
He's like, I want to touch. Like there's a lock of hair that falls on her face. He's like, I'm trying. You know, like I reach to touch her and I can't. Like it's just it's gorgeous and I love it.
I'm already a sucker for it.
And you got these strong women and all of it. I love it. I love it so much. And I
mean, you don't have to convince me. I'm on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm halfway through. At this point, the point in the book I'm at right now is he's actually closing. He's closing the retreat with the organization that she's working with, and she's kind of like, I get it. I totally get it. However, I still want to get it. Fucking what?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a point where he's like, he was worried because he thinks that his cousin, who she was kind of involved with, he's like, did he force you? Like, he's sick to himself. Like, he's like, did he force you into this?
He's on a crutch. Okay.
And she's like, no. Like, there's a good couple chapters where he feels
good.
like,
Whew.
no, but he feels sick to his stomach. Like he's upset, where he's like, if this isn't consensual, I am losing my mind because.
That is the level of upset that women need.
Well,
so
she kisses him, and he's like, "This isn't a kiss. It's like cardboard on cardboard." He's like, "This isn't a kiss." He actually said, he goes, "That's not a kiss," and then he fucking kisses her. But he's like, "Wait, you had sex?" Like, kind of like, not like. Wait,
well,
what?
like going back to the book that you and I just read, like if you're not into it, I'm not into it.
Right. And that's like
exactly.
And he was like, she obviously like had no say in it because she didn't understand that like that this kiss where you just like slap the lips together was not a kiss. And he's like, no, because he actually says, "Oh my God, I love this." He goes, she says to him after like he takes hold and he puts both of his hands on both of her cheeks and he kisses her.
Stop it! I can't handle that.
Kisses her and she's like, "What did you do? Oh my God, what did you do?" And he goes,
"Oh hell."
He goes, "I ruined both of us."
Oh God.
And I was like, "Yep."
You've ruined all your readers too. Thank you very much.
I ruined both of us. Like, and he's
great.
Yep. And that's like that's pretty early on. So I mean, God, I love this book so much. I love it so much.
Hell.
Anyhow,
I know. I already like brought it up on Amazon because.
I mean, I seriously like if guys like. I know you all hate me because of my love affair of historical romances, but like, oh my God, this book. I can't even. I love it so much. It's so fucking good. It's so good.
I will have to read it.
And
poor TBR.
It's full of fucking smart ladies. It's smart ladies doing fucking science. Come on.
Yeah, listening to you talk about it actually reminded me of Tessa Dare.
Yes! Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean...
Because she has that entire series, like the one, A Week to Be Wicked, you know?
Yeah.
Like with her... because she's like an archaeologist.
But I have to say, like, these ones are more like they're focused on the science. It's not so much like focusing on anything else. It's focusing on the science of it. And
we're not focusing on having sex in a carriage.
You know, no, well, maybe not. But the other thing that's cool is like there's already one character who is a woman who is actually like she's biologically a woman, but she's presenting as a man.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Then we have 2 lesbians who are
love it.
Yep. So I mean, like that's what we're dealing with. Like it's a fucking amazing. It's amazing. I love that. It's an amazing book. Thank you.
Love it. Into it. Want to read it.
Please do.
Probably will.
Please tell me what you're reading.
Okay, so after I finished If the Boot Fits last night, what I did was I had already, during my COVID times, I read a lot of novellas during my COVID experience because like I just couldn't focus on anything that was lengthy. You know, like I just needed quick things. That's what she said. Never what she said, actually. Anyway, so I got into... TikTok was obsessed with a novella called Dipped in Holly by Dana... Don't like that face. Dana Isali. I'm not really sure how to pronounce her name, but it's Dana, D-A-N-A. Isali is I-S-A-L-Y. She had a novella that came out called Games We Play, which I had not read, but it came out like around Halloween-ish. And then Dipped in Holly was a novella that came out for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
So it was a Christmas novella, of course. Like, heroine's name is Holly, and the hero's name is Nick. Saint Nicholas. Also, his last name is Saint. So, like, his name is Nicholas Saint. Anyway, it's erotica, like just full-blown erotica. Nick meets Holly because like her boyfriend has like dumped her in the bar like a couple weeks before Christmas. Clearly he's a douche. And so he kind of like gets her out of that situation, and then, you know, sexy times happen. So anyway, I read that around Christmas time. Now, Dana recently released like a second book in that novella series called Claimed by Cupid, and it is Nick and Holly at Valentine's Day. I'm not even sorry. It's so... Your face.
I'm not even sorry. Too. I'm like, what?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm not sorry. It's erotica. And I'm just not sorry.
No,
anyway.
I mean, I'm not sorry at all, but that makes me... Cool.
You really should start with Dipped in Holly, because, like, even though they're novella... Your face every time I say it. I highly recommend... You know, I always love to begin at the beginning, because it's a very good place to start. Yep. But, like, you get the backstory of the two of them. So I do feel like while you don't have to, if you're just looking for, like, the erotica portion, like, not a big deal. But if you... But if you want, like, an understanding of how these two characters met, read Dipped in Holly. Claimed by Cupid. Still lovely. There is some light daddy kink involved.
Alright, you have me up until daddy kink. I'm sorry, I'm out.
Okay, well, how about like some public things and maybe some toys? And no? Okay. Anyway.
Are we still talking about daddy kink? No. Nope. Nope.
It's not something I'm into, but like, you know, they are. That's fine. Your face. Okay, anyway, that's what I'm reading.
I love it.
So
I love
FYI,
it.
It's just, that's where we're at. Anyway, she has like a lot of novellas. I don't know if she has any like full length things. She has a couple things. I don't know. Who knows? Anywho,
who knows?
That's
you
what I've been reading. You know, it is what it is. Don't shame me for reading erotica every once in a while. Anywho,
I'm not shaming you.
I love you. I know you're not. Did we do it? I think we did it.
I mean, we always do it.
We always do. Where can people find us?
Oh, God. You gotta ask us.
Oh, do you want me to read it? Sorry.
I can read it. Oh, wait. We didn't talk about what we're listening to. What are we listening to?
Oh, I said I'm listening to your other podcast.
Oh, that's right. I didn't talk about what I'm listening to. It is a repeat, but it's a good repeat because, I'm sorry, I'm going back into what our podcast episode so I know what we're talking about. Okay. God bless America. Okay, there we go.
We're so tired.
I know, right? It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So, what I'm listening to is, I enjoy the Flophouse podcast. And for the longest time, it was only on the Apple Purple app. Now, it's on Spotify, bitches. So,
is it really?
Yeah, I'm super excited. And so they moved over so you guys can you don't have to have the fucking, all you Android listeners can fucking listen to it now.
Spotify.
And if you don't listen to it, fucking what the fuck's wrong with you? Listen to it. It's amazing. It's great. Again, what I mentioned before, it's now, well, he doesn't write for, one writes for The Daily Show, one writes for some, I can't remember the show he writes for now, and the one owns a bar. We call him Cum Gutters. And there's 3 of us who can share photos of him being Cum Gutters.
Which one is June Diane Raphael on?
She's on How Did This Get Made?
Oh, How Did This Get Made?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is the Flophouse. And so I would completely recommend you can get on Spotify now, so that's what I would recommend.
Yay! That's exciting.
So where we can find us, right?
Yeah, please do.
So we have a website, which is you have to have the www.chicklitbookclubpodcast.com. And Twitter.
That's us.
Twitter is @ChickLitPodcast. TikTok is Chicklit Book Club. Our Pinterest, I'm reading it. Our Pinterest is Chicklit Book Club Podcast. Our email is chicklitbookclubpodcast @gmail.com. Our Instagram is Chicklit Book Club Podcast. Our YouTube, you can just click the YouTube on this.
Click on it. Yep.
Yeah. And Facebook is our, what Facebook. Just fucking find us. So our Patreon.
Just fucking find us.
Our Patreon. I'd like to talk to us, about our Patreon for a little bit. It does cost money. It does cost money to run this thing. So
it does.
We'd love all of you. It'd be really awesome if we could have some, if what we do could support itself. So we do have a Patreon. My beautiful co-host created levels for or tiers for this Patreon.
We sure as fuck did.
We did. We also have some shirts that we want to do too. So there's things
we really do. I will wear that shirt religiously.
There's so many things we want to do, but we need your help. So we're putting a plea out there.
If we don't annoy you relentlessly.
Right. If you don't hate the sound of our voice, which we hope that's not true, that you'll think about, you don't have to do $10 a month, but maybe $1 a month. That'd be cool. We're cool with that.
That'd be cool.
I mean, it's enough for us to pay for hosting this podcast. And it goes from $1 to $25 a month. We have enough fucking levels that we have made everybody comfortable where you can have some sort of say in these episodes. So we just think about it. We really would enjoy. We would love the support. Again, at the same time, if you can't do it, totally get it. We understand.
Totally get it. Yep.
We're living in a fucking pandemic. We get it.
We're living in a panorama.
Yeah.
A pepperoni roll, if you will.
Exactly. So, but we do have a Patreon, so
we do.
If you enjoy,
so it would be great if you could support us, but if you can't, that's cool too.
Exactly.
We're just glad you're here.
We're glad you're here, and welcome. So,
welcome.
And also, like, for those of you who aren't Patreon supporters, we have a Redbubble. So we're using Redbubble. And like, I'm trying to remember which one we're using.
Because we have like been back and forth.
We're using Redbubble. We're gonna have a Redbubble page up of shirts, so you can, if you want to buy a shirt, which are fucking cool as shit.
Facts.
Yeah, you can do that. So
support us, please.
Yeah. My beautiful friend, how do we end this thing?
In the most obnoxious way possible. Bye! I woke the dog up.
I wanted to pee my pants.
No one wants you to pee your pants. I love you. Go to bed.